Welcome back to Jurassic Outpost. My name is Caleb. I am joined by Jaden, and we are very fortunate today to be joined by three stars of the Jurassic World Cast Theory cast. Kiersten Kelly, the voice of Brooklyn, Paul Mikél Williams, the voice of Darius, and Sean Giambrone, the voice of Ben. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Happy Cast Theory Season 3 Day to everyone.
Yay!
Yeah, happy premiere day.
All right, so Season 3 introduces new dinosaurs, most notably the Pyroraptor, new characters like Ben's girlfriend in Italy. There's plenty of suspense and lightheartedness. So, what did each of you find the most fun about this season, and what did you find the most challenging about bringing your characters into another season?
I'm Italian in real life, and I've been learning Italian on stuff. And then so to have a whole season with an Italian girlfriend and having a Nona, Nona's probably one of my favorite characters of this season. The moment when she jumps out in the to save Smoothie is I pictured my actual Nona doing that. So it's very cool. But I loved everything. I just love the season. But the Sammy Yasmina stuff was really hitting me hard. So that was fun, but in a kind of a cruel way, I guess, or something.
For sure.
Yeah. I feel like this season was special in a way, I think. Not only because of, the multitudes of emotions and tension, but also just the little things. I really appreciate the little things in this season. There's a specific moment in episode 1 where Darius and Kenji are having a back and forth with Ben in the middle, and just the little moments where Darius has his hand on his neck, or somebody raises their that's stuff that we didn't entirely get to see in Camp Cretaceous or earlier seasons. And I feel like it was a lot more pronounced now, just the little things like the little eye shifting or the eye movement and stuff like that. So it was really nice to see small moments like that gave even more life to the characters than what our animation teams had already done so amazingly in the previous seasons. But yeah, I think that was my biggest thing in the whole season.
I mean, I love the whole season. This season is so good. I just personally loved diving into Brooklyn's story because she really went a little dark. So that was really fun to tap into and fully go into that storyline. Yeah.
For sure.
Well, this kind of sets up a good alley-oop for the next question. But this is for Kiersten. But Brooklyn went through a major transformation this season, and a lot of fans, including myself, feel divided whether the group should have trusted her so quickly. How did you approach that in shifting in Brooklyn's character? And do you think she's truly redeemed?
When it came to approaching her storyline and what she gets into in season 3, I just kind of focused on where she was at in that moment, and not necessarily how those around her might feel, because in this season, she's really focused on herself and her plan and what she's trying to achieve. So I focused on that as well. Is she redeemed? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that up to the audience. I think it's cool for people to watch it and have their own opinion. So I don't want to insert mine and then change anyone's opinions. But yeah, in terms of approach, I just focused on what was going on and also understanding what happened in season 1 and 2. She did lose a limb, and then she had to go through that transition. She's also just more of an adult. And then now she has a prosthesis. So she's dealing with all of those different things while trying to achieve this plan that she has. And yeah, she gets a little lost in it, but she's human, you know?
Sean, talk to us about Ben's long-awaited girlfriend and the family dynamics there, because Gia and Ben seem made for each other.
They certainly do. It seems like a great match. They're I know everyone was skeptical about it being real, but it is a very real relationship that's going on. And I think like I like that they were like completing each other's sentences and doing all that stuff, but it seems like they see stuff in each other that they might not even see in themselves yet, which is really a cool thing. And I also like going on once I really wanted to see the fans react to all of it, and I love the different ships that are going on too, and just the whole thing is just it's been very exciting for me, and that he can they dance and kiss and he lifts her and all this stuff. It's like from Ben from Camp Cretaceous to now, it's just like he's a totally different gentleman or something. It was cool to watch it unfold.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
This one's for Paul. But how did it feel again to be called Dino Nerd? Could you tell us about your character's motivations and changes as the group pursues Brooklyn?
Darius is definitely in for a ride on this one. I'll say that much. I mean, even from the first episode, see the whole group in that shot, and it's just like everybody's in absolute disbelief. Like the next thing we go to, it's like no stopping. We go straight to the plane. We're right on the plane, and everybody's divided, even in the way that they sit on the plane, you know. So even though we're still the Nublar 5, like you can already see this division. And with Darius, I think that he's always trying to figure out what his standing is, and he never wants his personal opinion to get in the way, which is, I think, why it took so long for him to open up about being on the fence in the first place, was because, you know, he sees himself as the leader of the group, the one that gets everybody through the main big problem. And, you know, in, I think it's episode 3 or maybe 4, we finally get to see him take a step back and be like, for once in, you know, for once in 6 years, I don't have a clear-cut answer on what we should do, you know? So I think that this season is especially cool, because we get to see what different opinions look like from an adult point of view now. Whereas before in Camp Cretaceous and stuff like that, it was kind of just, they would figure out what the best moral thing to do was, right? And like where their hearts were. But now we have to take into account the family and personal matters. And yeah, it's just, I think that it's pretty cool to see that on screen.
Camp Cretaceous was Lord of the Flies, and then Chaos Theory is when they get back home. So for everyone, if you could give your character one extra skill or advantage to go up against Soyona Santos, what would it be?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I need to think about this.
I feel like Dinosaurs is a good answer. I feel like that would be one of the, if we're not getting extra specific, you know, having a little dinosaur in your back pocket, maybe a little
steal her remote, right?
Yeah, exactly. The laser remote, trained dinosaur. I feel like that would, you know, maybe just a little bit of an advantage. But
Can mind reading be a skill?
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be a really good skill to have.
For sure.
Yeah.
Maybe like extreme chess skills, so then maybe like intimidate her at some point with the chess game, so she'll just back off. Or I'm not sure.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
If you can beat her in chess, she'll concede.
She'll concede.
I would. I know I would.
Alrighty, this is for everyone as well. Who is the better villain you have come across so far? So we have Mitch and Tiff from Camp Cretaceous. We have Cash, Daniel Kahn, The Handler, Serena Santos, and Dodson.
Getting flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many.
I feel like they're all like good villains in their own ways. They're so different. they're all different kinds of villains. So I feel like it's hard to say who's the best.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody did an amazing job playing their parts, honestly. Mitch and Tiff kind of hold a special place in my heart because season 2 of Camp Cretaceous was probably the one that I watched the most, right behind season 3. I'll always say that season 3 of Camp Cretaceous is like all-time favorite season of almost every show ever. But yeah, I don't know. I liked the good to bad dynamic of it. Yeah, and getting like to see that trust that the camp fam had in them because they were kind of like the only hope at that point. Yeah, and getting to see that and how that, you know, meshed with the story and where it went and ultimately where it is now, you know, because that shaped those kids growing up. And we see a little bit of that. We see a little bit of that in season 3 with Santos and Brooklyn. But yeah,
I think that I'm probably, because it's really fresh, Santos and the handler. Like I the handler's coming up out of nowhere for me. Like she's so quiet, and then but there's just like a lot going on. So it tells like a really interesting story. Then Santos, I feel like her and Brooklyn are just a lot of fun to watch. I don't know what it reminds me of, but it's like this weird like tutelage thing going on, or I don't know what. But I feel like some of the things that she's teaching, it's almost like she's like accurate to a point, but there's like this skewed grayness to it that I'm just like interested in like seeing her thoughts like being countered and things. Like I've just been really enjoying listening to that dynamic, the two of them, and both their performances are awesome in that.
Thanks.
For sure.
I love the scenes of Brooklyn and Santos. They're really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Absolutely. For everyone, this one again, if you could visit any Jurassic location, where would you go?
Okay,
Italy.
So, Italy, yes. Italy.
That's
Is that the collective answer? Everyone
I
wants
think
to go to Italy?
so, honestly. Honestly, yeah, the scenes in Italy were chef's kiss. I'm gonna be so real. They were amazing. Italy looks amazing.
So good. Yes.
The little cottage town. I would love to live there. Like it just looks I love it.
Exactly, and Sean could be our tour guide and our translator.
Davvero. You'll be walking into a dark alley and be like, "Trust me, this is good," but I won't know.
That's the best kind of adventure. But this is for all of you guys again. If you could play any other role in the Jurassic franchise, who would it be?
I feel like I don't want to be too on the nose here, but Ian Malcolm is kind of is getting it for me, I think, just to be the fun guy that like makes jokes but is also serious, philosophical, and I think I would love to play that character. That sounds fun.
That's a good answer.
That is interesting. I thought you would have been an Alan Grant guy.
Maybe a little bit. Some sort of a mix of the two, maybe, perhaps.
Dr. Hammond, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that bad? Is that bad to say? I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to play, you know, the live action Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
That is true. That's a good
I was kind of wondering if any of you were going to say like the live action version of your character. So yeah.
Listen,
Great.
I don't think me and Darius lived out a life. No, I'm kidding. But no, playing Darius honestly would be like a dream come true to run from Dinosaurs, you know, as a camp fam, and dude, that would be so fun. And I bet just on set we would have so much fun filming together and just cracking jokes and like we're already a family.
Fun, yes.
Yeah, we're already a family. We're just bringing it to a different medium. That's all that it's going to be.
Yeah, the banter for season 3 was definitely the best. Like when everyone was like giving it to Ben when he was going to see his girlfriend, that was like one of my favorite parts of the season.
That was fun.
All right. So for everyone again, who is the better duo? Bumpy and Ben or Owen and Blue?
Oh, I was just gonna say stop right there after the first one.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
we've seen them together for years,
Hmm.
more than half a decade now, and I can say with a fair amount of certainty, Bumpy and Ben might just be the best duo in all of Jurassic cinema ever.
I would agree with that. I mean, I love Bumpy and Ben. I also love Bumpy and Smoothie. So
Yes.
I just special place in my heart. Yeah.
Awesome.
That-
Awesome.
Bumpy carries, but I would say like Owen and Bumpy would be kind of cool. Like that'd be like do a mix and match or something.
Mm,
I
Or
don't
like
know.
a
That's a
group of
cool idea.
4. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, quad pack like
Exactly,
the Beatles. Whoa.
Which dinosaur from the franchise do you think is the most underrated?
Mm.
Copies.
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
The most underrated?
Yeah, I guess to your own opinion.
Hmm.
All I can think about is how much I'm obsessed with Smoothie. That's just all I can.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the new baby.
I know.
I don't think Smoothie will ever be overrated in any way.
No.
Honestly,
Yeah.
never. I feel like I'm a
The super
Scorpius Rex
nice.
glazer. I kind of glaze Scorpius Rex a little
Oh,
bit.
that's a good shout.
I've always said
I
that
love
season
Scorpius
3
Rex.
I've always said
Yeah.
that season 3 of Camp Cretaceous is like my favorite, but the eeriness, the creepiness of the Scorpius Rex that kind of overshadowed that whole season, that we also see now in Chaos Theory. We're starting to dive into that a little more with the Pyroraptor and the 3 Atrociraptors. So I think that season kind of reminds me of that, and it gives me a little nostalgia of the creeping around and you never know what's lurking behind every corner. Everything's always a mystery. So yeah, that and Ghost. Ghost is definitely underrated.
Yeah.
Also, that the little snapping turtle guy that was gonna bite Davi or whatever in this season. That
Oh,
thing
Oh,
was
the Lynchosaurus.
The Lestrosaurus, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that is really
Leonard.
that's a fun looking guy or girl, whatever it is. But it's really a cutie. Or well, no, it's underrated.
The snapping turtle. I like
I
that.
like that. I do
I
straight
think
away.
another underrated one would be is it the Brachiosaurus with the really long neck?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. All right. Slightly harder questions for everyone as we start to close out here. But if you had to survive 24 hours in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, which 2 characters from the whole Jurassic franchise would you want by your side?
Mm.
From movies or shows?
I would want the Dino Nerds. I would want Owen Grady and Darius Bowman with me
There you go.
because they have the most knowledge.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna follow their lead, do whatever you do, and we should be good, right?
I would say Owen because of knowledge, and then maybe Kenji because Kenji the climber. I feel like climbing would be very useful,
Yeah.
and so be there to teach us.
Mhm.
I'm kind of in a goofy mood, so I was thinking Daniel Kahn and Hap. But I don't know why.
Well, Hap is a good answer. Hap is a good answer.
True.
Yeah.
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 Do you think I mean I think you all would survive. Do you think you would survive?
Oh. I
Oh,
would hope so, but I don't know.
on a good day, optimistically, I'd say yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
We love optimism.
Right.
With a lot of help, I think maybe.
Yeah, with those
get out.
characters, with the Jurassic characters with you. Yeah.
Yeah, then maybe, yeah. But
Optimism.
otherwise,
yeah.
probably not.
Yes.
Right. I'm like, I think we'd have a decent chance.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I got to sneak in some Jurassic Park 3 questions for you guys in this one. What did Billy rescue for Alan Grant at the end of Jurassic Park 3?
Oh,
Oh man.
what was it?
Paul
What was it?
knows.
I'm trying to remember, but I'm like, it's on the tip. I'm drawing a blank.
This is my favorite one from back in the day, and I
I
can't.
know it's the best movie in the franchise.
Yes, it's been my favorite, but I can't even think of it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's like I can like remember the scene and like walking out of but I can't remember what it is.
Could there be a multiple
Keeping us
choice
on
if we don't get it?
our toes,
You can just throw out some guesses if you want, and I can just say yeah. But it's
I'll give a hint. At the end of the movie, Billy tells Dr. Grant, "I rescued your blank." So it's a possession of Dr. Grant's.
Oh,
A dog. I'm gonna say a dog. No, I should know this, but no.
I know.
He says, "I rescued your hat."
oh,
Rescues Dr. Grant's hat.
that's what it is. Yeah, I was like right there. I was right there.
It gets snatched by some pteranodons. So yeah.
That's right.
Anyway,
I'm so mad I didn't get it. I'm so
no,
mad.
it's fine. This is my last Jurassic
Just
Park
what
3
happened.
question. But who would win in a rematch, T-Rex or Spinosaurus?
Oh, that's a good question. Realistically or cinematically?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
I would say Spinosaurus, I think. I think it has like a lot of like, I don't know, mobility. Also, it can swim. Like, I guess it's like geography kind of maybe depends if it's like in a swamp or something. I don't know, but
That's a really good point, though. The swimming. My answer, I think, would be the same because of that. That's a very good point.
all right.
I'm just gonna let you
Wait,
guys
there's
know that that's
T-Rex?
the like most wrong answer in the whole fan base, but it's okay because that's my answer, so it's the best thing.
Hey, we're different. Yeah.
right.
No, that's perfect. Sean, did you have an answer?
Wait, well, it's between the T-Rex is an option.
Well,
Yeah,
wait.
T-Rex or Spinosaurus, yes.
You can't give him the ability now because now he knows that everyone's.
I'm gonna
Oh,
side
yeah,
with the
sorry.
people. I'm gonna
Oh,
say the T-Rex, baby. Let's go.
So unfair.
I'm sorry, it's fine. It's fine. The JP3 fans will love you. So it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, true.
There's only a small amount of them, but it's fine.
You can say T-Rex. I'm just playing.
Final question for everybody. What was your favorite moment from recording this season, and what are you looking forward to as the show continues?
I loved recording the whole season. To be
Yeah.
very honest, I really love this season. It's
was a
so
great season.
good. The stories, I mean, the writers did an amazing job. The animation is so good. I just loved being in the booth for every single episode. The prosthesis stuff that happens was really cool to dive into as well on a personal level. So that was really interesting, and then I enjoyed that because there's a lot happening there. In terms of like what am I looking forward to, I'm just looking forward to everyone enjoying season 3. It's just so good.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, what Kiersten said, season 3 is definitely a crazy good one. I think that like Kiersten said, the animation was phenomenal. There were so many small little moments, like the beginning of episode 5 when Smoothie is running around the market, and it's so cute, and eating the tomato. And then like the little moments like with the feather landing on the ground, like when Smoothie leaves, or the bigger moments with Nona grabbing Smoothie and being in the middle of like 4 dinosaurs. Like it's stuff like that that makes me really love this show, and you know, the community that is the cast and crew, because it's just we're honestly a family. Like whenever we have like certain events or like screening events where we get to watch some of the episodes beforehand, we're all just having fun, and we're all laughing, and we're all crying at the scenes. And it really brings, this season in particular is bringing a lot of people together, and it brought us together, and you know, in the beginning when we started recording it too. So I'm glad. Yeah. And I think that people really like it if they haven't watched it already.
Yeah, this season they let me sit in on a mix for episode 7, and so I got to like watch them put some sound effects in and like amp it up and take it down like and it was crazy like how like it was really I don't know, I like that, having a moment to see another side of it was really cool for me, because I like the jump scares, like they knew like they know how to play the room and like figure out how to like also, well, I'm sorry, I'm revisioning it but not speaking it, and it's just a speaking thing, but they let me like touch the board, so there's actually one scene where I'm like an honorary member of the sound team because I like wag the mic thing when she's running, Brooklyn's running.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's
Yeah,
That's really cool.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
so it's like a different like and then but now I'm also really enjoying hearing the fans like speculation on what happened, and like that's such a cool part that today's like really an exciting day to see what's going on.
Absolutely. So season 3 is awesome. I can't wait for everyone to see it. I can't wait to watch it again. Thank all of you for joining us and for talking about this awesome show with us. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Sweet. Fun talking with you.
Yeah.